Hey, we are back for our midday pop-in. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and jump on into this news that I know you guys can use. All right. It's what is it? It's 3:31 here, 6:31 there. I know you guys are probably getting ready to wind down for the day, but let's go ahead and get into this news. All right. Let's get it up here. Everything said in this video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and jump on in. Let's jump on in. Y'all pardon the noise in the background, child. All right, let's get into it. Now, you guys know that Jackie Christie and her daughter had this huge incident, her daughter Chantel, where she wound up socking her. Okay. Yeah, that was not that was not a good look, but she and Jackie had a huge knockdown drag out where she punched her on camera. So now Jackie's daughter is her other daughter, Takari, is speaking out about this situation. So it said that Jackie Christie's other daughter, Takari, reacts to Chantel's behavior, says that she doesn't even know our mom. She didn't deserve to be done like this on her platform. So she's taking up for Jackie. This is the same daughter who's had her tense moments with Jackie as well, because Jackie was not there for her. She left her behind with Jackie's mother, which is her grandmother, while Jackie ran behind Doug. So it's giving that both of her daughters, Takari and Chanel, or what is it, Chantel rather, has like a very tense relationship with Jackie. But this daughter, who also has a tense relationship, and she came out to blast Jackie a few years ago to say that Jackie did not, was not a good mom to her nor her grandchildren, which Evelyn Lozada also jumped in the middle of that bullshit as well. But she is now speaking up on behalf of Jackie. So it says that Basketball Wives star Jackie Christie and her daughter, Chantel Christie, come to blows while discussing their issues. But as you guys can see here, Takari Lee, which is Jackie's other daughter, who looks just like Jackie to me, says she doesn't even know our mom. If she did, she would only try to protect her. She didn't deserve to be done like this on her platform. That's all I have to say about this. All right. So let's get into, again, shout out to Neighborhood Talk. You that did not get to see what happened, this is what happened between Jackie and her daughter Chantel on Basketball Wives episode last night.
Sweetie, good night. Be well. Good night. I will. That's a much better exit.
You right.
Good night.
You right. And you think you look better?
Bye-bye.
Do you think you look better? Do you think that you fixed the situation? Because you're sitting here looking stupid.
I don't.
Look how you look as a mother, Jackie.
If you don't
Look how you look as a mother.
Get out of my room.
Don't touch me.
I'll knock you out.
Let
Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. No, you guys
Put your hands on me.
Let me go.
That's the end of it. That's the end of it. That's the end of it. You put your hands on me.
I'm going in my room.
Call Dad. Get him on the line, Jackie. Call Dad. You goofy as
So y'all see what happened there. And that was a very tense moment where Chantel called her mama a goofy ass biatch. That's crazy. How you call your mama something like that? But her other daughter, like I said, it has some issues with Jackie in the past. Pretty much came to Jackie's defense, okay, and was taking up for Jackie, and was pretty much shunning her sister Chantel for the altercation on Basketball Wives. Okay, so maybe she and Jackie had a heart-to-heart behind the scenes, or maybe she just saw, what everybody else sees, that Chantel was wrong for approaching Jackie in that manner, okay, especially on national television. So shout out to Takari Lee for standing up for what's right, even though she and Jackie have had their own issues, okay. Some other people had some things to say about the interaction between Jackie and her daughter Chantel. Let's look at it. Okay, I already said it. I feel like, hey, Jackie was within right. You pop her ass. She getting out of line. Okay, Papa, hey, bring her back to reality. Let her know, yeah, you don't come at me like that, boo. Your mouth was already reckless, but then when you pushed her, it's up and stuck from there. All right, so let's go ahead and look at what a lot of people were saying. All right, and I said, last night's Basketball Wives was one for the books. Jackie Christie got into a physical altercation with her daughter, Chantel Christie, and I'm sure by now that most of y'all have seen the viral clip, which you guys have, because I've showed it to you twice. I said the fans are reacting, okay, to this incident Let's get into it. Says this person says that I'm going to use this picture forever and everything with the crying emojis. All right, with Chantel going flying after Jackie done went upside her damn dome. All right, the next person said Jackie smacked the F out of Chantel, crying emoji, hashtag basketball wives. Another person said 5 seconds after your mom says don't make me embarrass you in front of your little friends, hashtag basketball wives. They are really going in. Damn. Another person says Jackie gave her what she wanted. All right. It says don't put your hands on your mama. Hashtag basketball wives. Hashtag basketball wives. All right. LA as well. I know that shit right. Said they should have listened to Brandy and stayed in a child's place. Basketball wives. Said that don't feel bad for her ass at all. She came on the show with an agenda and failed miserably. Ooh, child. All right, another person, August, says that I'm glad Jackie smacked her ass. Hashtag basketball wife. So looks like everybody's in favor of what Jackie did in her reaction towards Chantel pushing her to that limit when she clearly asked her to leave, and she doubled back and disrespected her mom and called her a goofy ass biatch on national television and pushed her and got her ass slapped. So hey, I don't condone violence all the time, but she deserved it. Another person, they agree as well. They said well deserved. Hashtag basketball wives. Like, hey, it is what it is. All right, y'all know this is Aunt Bertha, honey. Candace Aunt Bertha says that all this was a scheme that Shawnee set up to come at us with the bullshit. Hashtag basketball wives. Y'all remember they said that that's a scheme that Todd said that was set up by Todd. And Aunt Bertha said it on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So that one was funny. Jay Lee Corner on YouTube says that Jackie swung on Chantel in response to Chantel pushing Jackie first and did. Says that Jackie as a mother should not be the storyline that Chantel uses to get camera time and shouldn't, because Chantel is not married with a whole child. Like, what else do you have going on besides following your mom around, taunting her into an argument and or fight on national television? Like, it's crazy as hell. This person goes on to say that Jackie as a mother should not be the reason that Chantel was added to the show, period. Hashtag basketball wives. I agree. All right, this person here says that Jackie knocked the hell out of Chantel like she should have. That she's been poking and talking wildly disrespectful, the whole season. It says that Jackie should have hit her ass 2 more times. Hashtag basketball wives LA. Hashtag basketball wives. Not hit her 2 more times. I don't think she could have took another one after that first hit where she spinned around, child, like she was on a merry-go-round in that bitch. I said, well, damn, Jackie. Jackie got some hands in there. Okay. Said that there's no footage. Said that Chantel attacked Jackie and Jackie defended herself. Says that I'm glad that Jackie is vindicated finally with the heart emoji. Hashtag basketball wives. And then they're showing here what Jackie saying that she's too much. Jackie don't play. Jackie kept walking away, but it looks like if you push Jackie into a corner, she would go on and put them hands upon you, honey. I ain't even mad at it. All right. The next person says that crying. Chantel deactivated her IG. Ooh, did she? After that slap? Because baby, they was probably tearing her ass up on Instagram after she got her ass slapped by Jackie. So they said she deactivated her Instagram. Said that I know them mentions was on her ass. They said put the skull emojis, hashtag basketball wives. So it looks like maybe the comments may be a bit too much for Chantel. So she's deactivated her IG to avoid seeing people say, girl, you deserve to get your ass slapped out here. Okay. Damn. All right. So Levi's daughter says, I bet if I touched my mom like that she would have tried to end my life. Chantel, you asked for that punch. Said that Jackie Christie did what needed to be done. Hashtag basketball wives LA. Hashtag basketball wives. Ooh, honey. Another person, D. Dondada, says that I'm sorry. Not sorry, but Chantel deserved that. She has been coming for Jackie every single episode. Jackie been trying to take the high road because that's her daughter. Says, but enough is enough. Hashtag basketball wives. So everybody's in favor of Jackie, honey, going upside Chantel's damn head. Says, please don't renew Chantel's contract. And I support the whooping that she got from her mama. Hashtag basketball wives. Not the whooping. Now, as you guys know, Basketball Wives will not be having a reunion this season. And I'm hearing now, since the reason for that is because of the interaction with Chantel and Jackie. And also they're saying that Jennifer Williams is saying that she is not willing to come to the reunion. She would not come to the reunion. She's skipping the reunion. And Jackie Christie said so as well. So they decided to scrap the basketball reunions for this season because of Chantel not coming. Jackie said that she will not be there as well. Y'all know she's an OG on the show. And also Jennifer Williams said she would not be there as well because of her tension with Evelyn Lozada. They are almost at the point where they be about to fight. So because Jennifer Williams, Jackie, and Chantel, which is Jackie Christie's daughter, has decided to not come to the reunion, they've decided to scrap the reunion for Basketball Wives this season. So you will not see a reunion for Basketball Wives. Okay. So that's it for the Basketball Wives news. Let's press on, honey. All right, so we got an update. We have a little update. For those of you that follow me, you may have seen it because I did post it, but I got to talk about it for the ones that did not. So they said that the beach where Malcolm-Jamal Warner drowned had warning signs about the rip current. So they said he went out on an early morning swim in Costa Rica, and he got caught up in the rip tide, all right, which y'all know early in the morning is when the waves are the worst, okay, if you're out there that early, okay, like when it's just sunlight, I wouldn't want to be out there early in the water. And I don't even get in beach water anymore for that reason. Riptide and sharks. Y'all know sharks are feeding at that time of the morning. They come up to the shore to feed. So that was a very dangerous time that he got into the water, okay? And the waves pretty much swept him out. So let's get into what they're saying here, all right? Shout out to Coco Can't Be Denied. So it says at the beach where Malcolm-Jamal Warner drowned had warning signs about the rip current. It said at the beach where Cosby Show star Malcolm-Jamal Warner died or being swept out was being swept out to sea, according to authorities, had signs warning of danger. Okay, hold on. Warning of dangerous currents and how to survive a rip current. All right, according to NBC News. Let's go ahead and play this so you guys can see it. All right.
Where the Cosby Show star Malcolm-Jamal Warner's life suddenly and shockingly ended over the weekend. You can see right now there's a red flag blowing in the wind here. That is a warning that people should not be swimming in these waters. And you can see some choppy waves out here. A source close to Warner tells NBC News that he was here with his wife and his young daughter. They were on vacation, and then on Sunday afternoon, things went horribly wrong. Authorities say that a current pulled him out to sea. People were able to get him back on land, but by then he had no vital signs. Authorities say it appears that he died from asphyxia by submersion. So this is the beach where all this unfolded. But really, as soon as you get here, even before you get onto the beachhead, you can see some warning signs for people who are coming to enjoy the day here. It says Corrientes de Resaca todo el año. Basically warning people there is a current here throughout the year. You can see there are warnings for surfers. There's warnings about wave conditions. And then take a look at this. This massive sign says you can survive a rip current. Clearly, they're warning people about the conditions that can develop. And unfortunately, the conditions appear to have pulled out Malcolm-Jamal Warner over the weekend. The source close to Warner says all signs point to this being a tragic accident. And now Warner's wife, according to that source, is trying to get his body back to the United States so they can prepare for a funeral. This is where the Cosby Show star Malcolm-Jamal Warner's life.
So there was a flag out there warning that the rip current was very high and very dangerous at that point in time when he decided to come out onto the beach and get into the water that early in the morning. As I just told you guys, rip current is very, very strong and very, very high and very dangerous at the early morning hours. Okay, so for those of you that like to get in beach, I used to as a teen, as a kid, I would get in the beach water and I would go way, way out there. And my mom would be calling for me. My parents would be calling for me to bring my ass back closer because I can swim. I can swim very well, but they would always be screaming for me to come back. And I didn't see the danger. And I was just like, okay, I'm just out in the water having fun. But as I got older, I started noticing like how the water can change without notice. And then too, being afraid of sharks and stuff like that, being in the water and being stung by jellyfish before, that was not fun. But so I don't even get in the beach water anymore. If anything, if I go to the beach, I'll walk along the shoreline where I just get my feet and just like my ankles wet. But in terms of getting all the way in the water where I'm submerged, hell no, I don't do it anymore. I'll get into the pool. If I'm at like a resort, hotel, whatever, I'll get into the pool because then I can control the water there versus being in the ocean where there's things crawling there like sharks and jellyfish and other things like that. And then the way the rip current and other things like that, how the tide and the waves begin to get out of control sometimes. So it's very bad. His family were back in the room and he went to the beach, they're saying, alone to go and swim for an early morning swim. And they said that the wife was saying after a couple hours when he did not return and she didn't hear from him, that's when she became nervous. And that's when she got the news that he had been pulled to shore after fighting those waves. But they pulled him to the shore after fighting those waves, and he was non-responsive. By the time they got him to the hospital, he was already gone from asphyxiation. Okay. But baby, when I saw that red flag, I would have took my ass back. I'll play one more time for the people in the bike. For those of you just joining, this is what they're saying happened to Malcolm-Jamal Warner at the beach when he drowned. All right.
Suddenly and shockingly ended over the weekend. You can see right now there's a red flag blowing in the wind here. That is a warning that people should not be swimming in these waters. And you can see some choppy waves out here. A source close to Warner tells NBC News that he was here with his wife and his young daughter. They were on vacation, and then on Sunday afternoon, things went horribly wrong. Authorities say that a current pulled him out to sea. People were able to get him back on land, but by then he had no vital signs. Authorities say it appears that he died from asphyxia by submersion. So this is the beach where all this unfolded. But really, as soon as you get here, even before you get onto the beachhead, you can see some warning signs for people who are coming to enjoy the day here. It says corrientes de resaca todo el año. Basically warning people there is a current here throughout the year. You can see there are warnings for surfers. There's warnings about wave conditions. And then take a look at this. This massive sign says you can survive a rip current. Clearly, they're warning people about the conditions that can develop. And unfortunately, the conditions appear to have pulled out Malcolm-Jamal Warner over the weekend. The source close to Warner says all signs point to this being a tragic accident. And now Warner's wife, according to that source, is trying to get his body back to the United States so they can prepare for a funeral. This is where the Cosby Show star Malcolm.
That's so sad. I hate that. I will never, ever get into beach water again. Like, I just don't do it. It's beautiful, but those waves, and they tire you out. So I know he was so tired fighting the rip current where it's pulling you like beneath, and then there's a current on top that pulls it. Well, if you guys have ever been in beach water, then you know what I'm talking about. That rip current, it comes from underneath and it pulls you, and you're fighting to like swim back towards the shore. But as you're still moving your arms and still trying to swim, it's steady pulling you. So the force, because water is very strong. So you're trying to fight this water, and the force of it, it definitely tired him out, and he probably just couldn't fight anymore. And when he went under, that was it. So by the time they pulled him to shore, he was already drowned. He had so much water in his lungs, probably it was just too late. All right, so let's get this last post of him, and then we're going to move to the next topic, okay? Because, baby, this is so sad. It is so sad. I saw you guys put in the chat about Ozzy Osbourne. We actually talked about it for Car Chronicles. Y'all know I try to stay up on the news as it comes out. I had just gotten the alert, matter of fact, because I do get alerts for new news. I had just gotten that alert, and I gave that to y'all this morning. So shout out to anyone coming into the chat. If you did not know that, yes, we did already talk about Ozzy Osbourne. So again, rest in peace to him, because that situation was sad as well. All right. So here's another update for Malcolm-Jamal Warner. It said that Malcolm-Jamal Warner's family says that he went for a solo swim just after sunrise, okay, near the Costa Rican resort where he was staying. Now it says an hour passed without his return, prompting his wife to contact authorities out of concern. Now officials later discovered his body near a rocky coral area. Y'all hear that? Approximately 100 to 200 feet from the shoreline. That's far. It said that authorities believe that he was caught in an unexpected current. Okay, so let's go ahead and read this. According to being Blacklist, Malcolm-Jamal Warner's family says that he went for a solo swim just after sunrise near the Costa Rican resort where he was staying. An hour passed without his return, prompting his wife to contact authorities for out of concern. Officials later discovered the body, as I just told you guys. Said authorities believe that he was caught in an unexpected current. The same thing that was over here. So I want to make sure that I read every single thing so you guys will get all the information on that. So his wife, as you guys can hear, is trying to now, in the process of getting his body sent back to the U.S. so that they can have a proper burial for him. There's a lot of this is going to be a huge funeral because he was loved by so many people and touched so many people's lives. Okay, I know his wife has to be like devastated still to hear this news. Like, this is like a whole day that's passed since we heard about it, and I'm still just like, wow, in disbelief. So prayers up for her, because I know this has to be very hard, either also for his daughter as well, who I'm sure they went there for a whole family vacation to have fun, and then it ended tragically with him drowning. So prayers up for them, honey, that they can rest easy, so that they can go ahead and do this final thing in terms of his funeral, so they can get some closure. All right, let's move on. No. Lord have mercy. And prayers up for anybody that's experienced a recent death in your family, or a friend or a loved one. Okay, prayers up for you on that. Let's get into this next topic. As you guys can see, the girls are fighting is reporting that Bishop Charles Ellis III, all right, who apologized for groping Ariana Grande, now accused of long-term affair by former lover. All right, so it says here, my ex-boyfriend entering his birthday dinner with his wife and children. All right, let's get into this shit, because this looks very, very, very. All right, let me read up so that once we play it, you guys will know what's going on. All right, so it says that Bishop Charles Ellis III, who apologized for groping Ariana Grande, now accused of long-term affair by former lover. 7 years ago, Greater Grace Temple lead pastor Bishop Charles Ellis III was forced to publicly apologize after groping Ariana Grande during Aretha Franklin's funeral. Child. It said that now the married bishop is in hot water after a woman came forward claiming that she was in a long-term relationship with the bishop after he took advantage of her. Wait a minute now. Now, I remember Aretha Franklin's funeral, and when Ariana Grande went up to, I think she sang, and she had on that real short skirt. Do y'all remember, if y'all watched the funeral shot, it was only 10 to 27 business days, Aretha's funeral. That was the longest damn funeral I've ever seen in my life. I said, golly. And they changed. Did they change clothes or something? I don't know. Child, all I know is, baby, it was a whole season of Love and Marriage Huntsville that went by the time that damn funeral was over. I said, damn. But anyway, Ariana Grande had on a real short little skirt. Okay. And when she went up there to go stand up on the podium to sing, the bishops and all these other people sitting back there was looking at all them damn legs and stuff and her ass almost out. That was very inappropriate for that setting. But yeah, I do remember this bishop now that I see his damn picture with his mannish ass. Let's get into what this has to say. All right. Please pardon me if I have to play and stop, because I do have to commentate in between. Let's go.
Since 2002 really to like 2018. So I have lots of things, pictures and things like that. Like, we didn't take pictures of like intimate things because it was a secretive relationship. And so it wasn't like I was looking to expose him. And of course he wanted to keep things private. So that's that. But I do have bank statements. Like, he put his name on my account. I don't know if that helps you, but you can see that. Charles H. Ellis III. I'm not doing this to like really like make this messy, like exposing him, like, oh, you know, it is what it is at this point. It's my story, it's my testimony of what God did in my life. This is another statement. Okay, this is 2006, one is 2004. But really, I just have a women's ministry. And so if I can help another woman overcome and learn her value, her intrinsic value, and not compromise herself for money, you know, then I'm going to help women do that. And that's what this is really about, me helping somebody else. Women need help. The people need help. And if my testimony, my story can help.
So you were having a relationship with a pastor when you should not have been, and now you want to come on here talking about your ministry and all this other stuff? Like, some things just don't go together. Cannot be cheating and messing around with a minister and then turn around and be wanting to promote your ministry. Like, what is going on here? All right.
Somebody, that's what I'm going to do. Here's another statement. So yeah, I may go live to answer a few specific questions.
What is the point? I'm trying to figure out what is her end game in this, because while you were going through it, it seemed like it wasn't an issue. But now that all of this stuff had come out, now it's given that you want to start showing receipts, maybe to clout chase and get some attention, because you want to go live and you want to see what comments and everything else that other people have to say when you were in this situation as well.
But yeah, it's just testimony time. That's all. I just finally have the courage to talk about it. I finally have overcome the fear of something happening to me about talking about it. We do live in Detroit. People come up missing and dying all the time. Right. But I feel God, and I know that the Lord is with me, and I know that my story and things happen to me for a reason. So it's just time for me to tell it. I'm healed, and I want to talk about it. I don't blame him. I was in love. I believe he cared for me deeply. So this is not about blaming anybody. People are broken. They do things for different reasons. We have to understand that. And so
my question is, did you feel that way, ma'am, when you were doing throat crunches with the pastor? Everyone knows what throat crunches are. If you watch me, you guys know what throat crunches are, okay? All right. When you were gargling balls, did you feel that way then? Did you feel like you were saved and want to have testimony service then? I think not. But it's weird to me how people all of a sudden, they forget the things that they were doing. And not to say that you should hold something over somebody's head forever, because everybody does have the, right to be forgiven for whatever that they do. But I feel like this situation here really needs to just go ahead and let it go, baby. You did what you did. Pastor has been exposed. Like, I don't know what else you're looking to get out of this situation.
When we psychoanalyze things, you get to the root of things, you uncover the truth. And so that's what this is all about. May the truth make us free. So yeah, I hope those bank statements help you though. But I'll dig for more stuff.
So is it that you're upset that he is married and moved on with his life now? Because before you weren't trying to pull out no receipts, but because this man is now married and in a whole, I guess a happy marriage. Now you want to come out as the side piece and try to destroy what he has, maybe because you felt like the situation between you and Pastor was not over. That's kind of a sucker move right there. Okay. It says now the married bishop is in more hot water after a woman came forward claiming that she was in a long-term relationship with the bishop after he took advantage of her. Well, you are a whole grown individual as well. So whatever he did, you participated in it as well. All right. If he was walking around with his drawers off, with his drawers on the floor and streaks all in them, you enjoyed it. Okay. You sure did. If you had your head behind the headboard, you enjoyed it with your wig behind the damn headboard on the floor. You enjoyed your leg up with a whole Charlie horse down the back. You enjoyed that shit. So don't be coming out now with no damn chase receipts and all these other damn receipts that you want to claim that this man spent all this on you and did all these things with you when you participated in the bullshit as well. Like, get over it, sis. Okay.
All right, bye.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Goodbye. There he is with his wife. Okay. He waving like, yes, I deceived y'all. Thank you. We'll be sending around the collection plate in a second. The music, child. This is what I be saying about these damn pastors and bishops now. They're going to always play with the Lord. They're going to always play with the Lord. Okay, I like that skirt, girl. That's cute. All right. Mm-hmm. But there you go. All right. Y'all better watch it. Y'all better be watching these damn pastors and bishops because they be doing team too much. All right. You over there filling up on Ariana Grande. Then you got this little freckle face heathen right here on my screen. Want to be showing some damn receipts. Now you walking down the aisle with your wife like you ain't never did shit. And at the end of the day, you need to go walk your ass right up to that altar and ask the Lord to forgive you. All right. Moving on. Ain't got no more for him. Old freckle face heathen around here. All right, so it's given that I found a post that says that Shamea, honey, from Real Housewives of Atlanta might be fired from the show. Let's get into why or if. Let's see, honey, because according to the girls are fighting, they're saying that was Shamea Morton fired from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, they said that according to MTO that Shamea Morton has been fired from Real Housewives of Atlanta along with newcomer Britt Eady. Now, we already know that Britt Eady was fired, or she was fired. And she chose not to show up to the reunion. You guys know that as well. All right. So it said that as Bravo preps for next season of the iconic reality series, it said that filming has wrapped for the current season and production is already in motion to reboot the cast with some major changes. Now, they said that sources say that Portia Williams, who is confirmed to be returning full-time next season, allegedly made it clear to producers that she wanted Shamea out. Not her friend. Not her friend. Now, it says that the two were once besties, but things have reportedly gone cold behind the scenes. And according to insiders, Portia forced producer or production to drop Shamea as part of her return deal. Damn. She kind of sounded like Kandi, where Kandi was saying she ain't coming back to the show, and if she came back to the show, that Phaedra could not be on the show. Y'all remember after Phaedra told that whole lie on her? So it's given that the only reason that Portia would come back, and y'all know she is supposed to be the star of the actual show. She's the highest paid Real Housewives of Atlanta cast member, and they're saying that she has told production and probably Andy too, because she has a very good rapport with Andy, that if Shamea came back next season, she would not be on the show. Weird. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? I already said that I felt there was a little tension and a little jealousy when Shamea came on the show showing all these labels, the new Rolls Royce. Y'all could see the jealousy a little bit in Portia's face whenever she showed up all late as hell to Shamea's party, where Shamea was getting all this attention with all these dignitaries and her friends there at this huge house and just this rich life and everything going on. I feel like Portia doesn't want to compete with Shamea because Shamea does have that life that Portia's always wanted. And now I told you guys in Car Chronicles that Portia now has to move out of the house that she and Simon were living in. Simon has been deported, and he's not going to be giving Portia the $40,000 that she was expecting to get so that she can keep her lifestyle up and live in a $7 million home. But now she is set to be moving out of that home and finding something a little bit cheaper, which will then make it look like Shamea is the one that's balling out on the show, because to be honest with you, she kind of does live better than everybody on the show because her husband does make a lot of money. So I don't think that Portia wanted to compete with that. Every single episode that we saw of Shamea, she came in, honey, I'm talking about labeled down. And a lot of people were saying, well, she's doing too much. We feel like Shamea is trying too much, or she's trying to push labels in people's face to make people see that she has wealth. But I mean, if you got it, shit, wear it. That's what you got it for. If you spending all that damn money on a $1,200 bag and a $900 hat, wear that shit, okay? But a lot of people feel like Shamea tried too hard this season, so I can kind of see why Portia would say, hey, I'm coming back to the show, but Shamea got to go because she kind of making me look bad. I came on the show living in a $7 million house, driving a Rolls Royce, and she driving a new Rolls Royce, and her house is bigger than mine. How the fuck I'm supposed to be the main cast member and she outshining me? So it's given that Portia may have had a little conversation behind the scenes, kind of like she did on the show that she and Nene was supposed to be on Netflix, okay? Y'all remember that, the Upshaws? She was supposed to be on that as well, and when she found out that Nene was going to be on it, maybe she felt that Nene would upscale her on the show, and she had a talk with production, and she wound up just quitting the show. She didn't want to be on it and told them she didn't want to share a platform with Nene. So it's given that maybe Portia may have a little jealousy, and she may be a little envious and a little intimidated maybe by other people that's very close to her that she may see as competition, okay? So I feel like it's kind of fucked up for her to do that. Maybe they could have reduced Shamea to being maybe the friend of on the show versus just letting her go and taking her peach, because I do feel like she does have a storyline, but I do also feel like Portia may be a little intimidated by the fact that she cannot compete with Shamea's lifestyle when she's supposed to be the star, okay? It's kind of effed up. I ain't gonna hold you, but thanks and credit to MTO and also the Girls Are Fighting, because that's what they're saying, girl. We're gonna see. All right. All right. So some Kandi Burruss news while we're on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get that out there. And for those of you that did not know, let me go ahead and put that back up there to show you guys. With Portia, so y'all don't be saying that we just making shit up. Let me just go ahead and show that again, for those of you that did not see my Car Chronicles video. As you guys can see, shout out to BFV fans. Portia Williams revealed that she will be moving out of her $7 million home purchased in 2023 by her estranged husband, Simon Guobadia. Said that Portia stated that her home has 6 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms. Simon was making the payments on the home before he was detained by ICE for immigration proceedings. Portia has already started looking at cheaper homes that she could possibly afford on her own. Okay, so Simon has already made it clear, like I said, that he's not going to keep paying her no $40,000, that he wants her out of his pockets. Y'all know he was supposed to pay all of the bills, including the mortgage, for 36 months on this home, but it's a beautiful home too, all right? But she's not going to be able to afford it on her salary, it looks like, so especially without the extra $40K a month for 36 months, and it doesn't look like she's going to be able to finance the house into her own name, all right? So she's choosing to move, and by her moving and downgrading, it's going to make her look like she can't compete with, other people on the show, especially Shamea. So of course she would want Shamea out of the way so she can shine and look like, she's the head honcho on this show. So I kind of hate that for Shamea because I do like her, even though she kind of does have some ways that are a little questionable sometimes. All right, let's get into our next topic. We're moving along, honey. All right, some Kandi Burruss news. Da-da-da-da-da. All right, let's get into it, honey. Let's get into it. According to, again, to BFV fans, it said the Kandi Burruss Restaurants Old Lady Gang and Blaze Steakhouse and Seafood, they're saying it's permanently closed due to unpaid rent. Now, it said the Montego Pacific Incorporated filed a lawsuit claiming that the business owed over $154,000 in unpaid rent and additional fees for property damage and repairs. It said that the landlord alleged that Burruss's restaurant group failed to meet financial obligations with monthly interest accruing over $12,000. All right, so there's OLG and there's Blaze Steakhouse. I've eaten at OLG before. I have not eaten at Blaze Steakhouse. I don't plan to go there after if they open, because y'all know they've had a few pow-pows up over there. So yeah, I ain't trying to be like Sheree said, child, eating and ducking up in there, dodging bullets while I'm trying to be eating. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. But as you guys can see here, they're saying that both of her restaurants have been closed for this huge amount of money. And I know Kandi got it, girl. You stay on tour. You got other shit going on too, where your money, Kandi got long money. Kandi got old money. Okay. But yeah. Let's pull this up so y'all can see, honey. All right. Child, I hate that. I hope that ain't true, but that's what they're reporting, that Kandi's OLG restaurant and Blaze Steakhouse is closed. All right. Not really good ratings either. And not to disparage her business, but like I said, y'all can see here, the ratings are bad. Y'all can see there where it says closed. Y'all can see here, as of September 24th, said a second time patronizing the restaurant, sad to write, but will not return or recommend. Said the long wait time despite 30% occupancy on a Friday night. Hostess didn't text after 30 minutes wait time. Quoted us. All right, so y'all can see that they gave him a 2-star. Here's a 1-star. This person says it was horrible, that there was a guy who charged us $10 to park, and that is true. You do have to pay $10 to park at OLG. Says that no one greeted us and that they all stared at us a long time. Said that my niece ordered salmon bites. Said that they gave us grilled salmon. Then we waited another 30 minutes for the bites. Damn, that's a lot. So as you guys can see, a lot of people had, and that's OLG, a lot of people had issues with the parking, okay? With the parking, they have like a lot back there. Like if you go around, we see where my thing is going. So you keep going here, and then once you get like around the building, like it's like a parking lot, and you go down in there, there's an attendant there. You do have to pay $10 to park. So that's not even counting when you get in there with that high-ass chicken and all that shit that they sell in there. Most of it is sitting up under a hot light, and some of that shit going to be like dried out, depending on what time you get there and depending on how long it's been sitting there. Again, not to disparage Kandi's business, but yeah, I did not have a great experience. A friend of mine came into town, and this was before I even had a chance to go there. They were like, hey, I want to go to OLG restaurant. I was like, yeah, go check it out. I hadn't even been yet. But they had the same experience. They said they did not like the food. Certain stuff was salty. They said the chicken was not all that. It was just regular chicken. The macaroni and cheese, they said, was overdone. They didn't like it. So I was like, okay, well, I don't usually like to take people's word for stuff. I said, well, let me go and check it out for myself. When I went, it was the same shit. I didn't like it. I did not enjoy it at all. My drink was good, though. The drink from the bar was good, but the food was all right. Yeah, so sorry, Kandi. Sorry. Got to be honest, okay? Let's stop sharing so we can get the other piece up. What else? Was it something else? And then her other restaurant, she had some issues with that as well, where it was shut down a few times for having a very bad score, restaurant score of 55, which is considered a failing health score. And they faced multiple infractions, including handling raw and cooked foods without proper hand washing and proper storage, according to what the website says. It said despite the issues that the restaurant reopened shortly after that, but it appears that they are shut down again for this back rent situation that Kandi is facing. So hopefully she can get that straightened out to where they can open back up again, because child, it takes a lot of money to open a restaurant. So to just let it go like that is, I don't know. All right. I really hope they figure it out. because I do like Kandi, and I do like to see a black woman out here doing her thug thizzle. All right. Let's get into this topic that I found about Love and Marriage Huntsville. All right, then we're gonna let you guys go. From what it's saying here, let me put it on the screen. They're saying that the ratings, okay, they haven't posted it yet on TV Deets, but they're saying, of course, y'all know that the new season started July 19th of 2025. They're saying that the ratings for Saturday's, this past Saturday's ratings or viewership was 479,000, which is like $93,000 less than less watchers or viewers rather than last season's last episode of the 572 viewers that they had. So it's looking like they came in with less viewers. Okay. I know a lot of people say they were blacking out and not watching. A lot of people were still watching. Okay. And that's fine. Y'all pay your cable bill. I'm going to say it right here on my channel. I'm not telling nobody what to watch, what not to watch. You support what you want to support. It is what it is. Shit. You're going to have people to say they ain't watching. They're going to still watch that shit. I'm just saying. You pay your cable bill. If you want to watch that shit, you watch it. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. I don't tell nobody what to do. I don't tell nobody what to do. I don't tell you who to watch, what to watch. I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl. Watch and support whoever the fuck you want to. As long as you come over here and support me. Okay. That's how I feel it. But according to what they're saying, season 10 did not come in with the numbers that they thought they were going to come in with. 479 viewers from last season's last episode, which was 572 viewers. All right. So that's what it's given. I'm going to wait again to see what TV Deets has to say, but it doesn't look like they had as many viewership as last season, which was, I added it up. It was like $93,000 less viewers than last season. Y'all know the star of the show is not on there, which is Melody Cherie. A lot of people was questioning, hey, is the show going to be able to still pull in the same numbers that they pulled in when Melody was on the show, or, or no, like we don't know. I don't know, but I'm going to wait. Usually TV Deets will make an update on their roster of what they deem the numbers will be. But according to what that shows is that it says that it came in 93,000 less in terms of views. Okay. For season 10, episode 1 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. So that's what it is, guys. And that's it for this video. Okay. Unless we get some breaking news. I don't know. We're planning. What time is it? It is 4 here. Yeah, later on tonight, I'm gonna try to, because I know we on a different time schedule. I don't want to have you guys up too late. If something else pops up that we can talk about, because it's like super hot right now. We just kind of chilling out in the room right now, and then we'll be going back out a little bit later. But if anything else comes up, then I'll be tapping back in with you guys. If not, then I will see you guys tomorrow for Car Chronicles. All right, you guys enjoy your day, enjoy your evening. All right, be safe out there. Stay cool out there. All right. They said, how's the baby? He's good. He just had like a little minor issue with my mom. Had to take him to urgent care to get checked out. But he's good. He's absolutely good. I just talked to him on FaceTime. He's smiling and having a good time now. He's all right. Y'all, I ain't worried. If he's with my mom, I ain't worried because I know she knows exactly what to do. She raised me, okay? So, yeah, he's good. He had like a little situation earlier. But he is fine. Thank you for asking, okay? I appreciate y'all. So please don't forget to tap on that like button for me, guys. All right. So you can support. Let me go ahead and thank my people. Thank you to my mods. Thank you, Scorpion Miss, KBR Sweet Essence. Thank you, Tyra Rose Armstead, True TV Podcast. Thank you guys for doing an awesome job. All right. Also, thank you to the usual content creators that stopped by. Sunny Days, Astute Queen B. Again, True TV Podcast, Simple Mom Family TV, Schoolboy, if you're in the house, thanks for being here. Messy Hills ATL. Do we have any more? Mods, please let me know. Do we have any more? Also, I think Marcella Speaks was in the chat earlier in my Car Chronicles. I forgot to shout her out. I always like to shout out people who come over to support me. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right, is that it? Is that it? They said old Todd was charged of the eateries, said he did not have the funds to pay. Yeah. It is sad because Todd does handle the restaurant side of the business for he and Kandi. And when he doesn't handle what he needs to handle, it kind of falls back on Kandi. They don't even say, I have not seen a post yet where they said, yeah, so Todd Tucker is being sued, for such and such with OLG Restaurant and Blaze Steakhouse. They always say Kandi, but Candi's already made it known that she does not handle the restaurant stuff that Todd does. It's just her name. Her name is on it because they're, a married couple. But like, damn, it's crazy, y'all. I don't know. It's crazy. But Kandi is going to always get a bad rap when it's something that her name was attached to, and you ain't heard shit about Todd. They ain't dragging him, but Kandi's name is being drugged through the mud and making it look like she ain't being a good businesswoman and paying her stuff. But they'll figure it out, child. They will figure it out. Kandi does have the money to do it. So we'll just keep our eyes and ears open. If we get an update, I'll, of course, update you because I stay spinning the block on topics. All right. But thank you, guys. Let's get out of here. Love you guys down. All right. Until the next video, I will see you guys later. Please tap that like button. Goodbye.